Nairobi's informal settlements are a mirror of many other similar spaces across the world. Here, there is a constant battle between good and evil. A constant battle in which governance structures struggle to live up to the expectations of the residents and meet their growing needs. The silver lining around this once dark cloud, however, has been the Arise project. Arise remains at the forefront of restoring dignity, improving governance, and strengthening healthcare systems amongst this key population. Now, the elderly, teenage mothers, child-headed households, and persons living with disabilities have more than one reason to smile. In 2022, 40-year-old Isaac Ochieng lost his sight. Stuck at home, he sank into a depression and hope felt like a distant memory.
Before I used to have my eyesight and lived a normal life. I was going to college training as a teacher. I used to stay in the house for long, like the whole week without even taking a shower. Now this continued until I got some guests one day, and that was Restoring Dignity Foundation.
His life changed once he received support. Isaac had a new sense of purpose.
I'm proud of the name Aizo the Blind Baba, not beggar. Restoring Dignity Foundation empowered me, and I'm now a Baba, and I earn a living from this place.
Central to the Arise project has been its emphasis on governance. It gives voice to the voiceless by ensuring that every voice, especially the most vulnerable, are not only heard, but listened to as well. Through partnerships with local organizations, it has created a platform for participation and accountability. Korogocho and Viwandani epitomize this rising hope. Here, through Arise, communities now work towards having better sanitation, better healthcare, and a better mental well-being with each rising sun. Where once there was desperation, now hope reigns eternal.
This project started in 2019. So the idea of this study was, can you go into those settlements, find out who is truly marginalized and suffering within those communities, and so we can do something about it. Through that, we were able to find out that it was people with disability, the elderly, and what we call child-headed households.
The impact of Arise goes beyond individual transformation. It has fostered resilient communities equipped with the voice and skills needed to hold their leaders accountable, a critical piece in ensuring sustainable change.
The story of change of Sinai Unified comes when we first met with LVCT Health. Sinai Unified was a self-help group, and during the Arise program, they assessed that and put us on board to implement the Arise program. At that time, we did not have any structure or formalities. We did not know about implementation and also identifying the gaps and the issue in the community. LVCT Health took us up on OSS, that is Organization System Strengthening. After the training, we are able to put up structures of the organization. We come up with an organogram, the way we can run the organization. We managed to put in place 3 function support groups, whereby they save, they have table banking, they also have economic empowerment within the group. They are doing soap making, poultry keeping, and we are supported 47 elderly people with business support and 25 with universal health coverage.
Before Arise, we were not so keen to work with persons with disability. We were also not so keen to work on issues of advocacy and lobbying. But once we engaged the Arise project, we were able to start strategically include persons with disability into our programming. At the same time, we were also able to improve our skills, our technical skills in lobbying and advocacy for issues that affect people here in Mukuru. And we started with persons with disability and advocating also for GBV issues for protection. We were also capacity build on resource mobilization. We are glad to say that after the Arise, we were able to get 2 new grants.
For many older persons, like Beatrice Nyariara, famously known as Shosho, life often seems like a series of worries responsibilities, and burdens, often left her overwhelmed. Through Arise, though, she now has a peace of mind and her mental well-being is much better than it was before. Arise focused on those often forgotten, persons with disabilities, older individuals, and child-headed households. By addressing food security, promoting savings groups, and increasing access to health insurance, Arise has improved the overall well-being of families living in informal settlements. Healthcare systems, too, have long been broken within informal settlements. Access to proper care at all levels of public health seemed like a far-off dream for many. Arise has bridged gaps in healthcare access by strengthening community-based health systems and improving service delivery for vulnerable populations on mental health, a long, silent crisis in these communities.
Basically, people, what they knew about mental health is ni mwendawazimu. So they didn't know about these other issues about mental health, like maybe stress and any other. They didn't even think that just stress means you need to go and get services or access treatment at the facilities. They didn't know where to get these services. Again, stigma was on the rise. So after training the CHPs and then after doing some sensitizations at the community, with a few action days and dialogue days, we're able to give information to the communities, to the households. Members now are aware of the mental health issues, their mental health, their mental wellness. They're also aware of where they can get these services, maybe at the facility or the surrounding health facilities, the ones that I said about Tindage and Shofco. And most of them, right now, people are able to even come for these services.
Using Photovoice, community members documented their lives, creating a visual narrative that demanded attention and action from policymakers and local leaders. Their stories not only moved hearts, but also created a footprint for sustainable solutions in the community.
Photovoice is when you give cameras to the community members and tell them to just take their shots of photos of life in the community, and we use different themes. So for example, how is the environment? How is access to health services? What are the challenges you're going through? What's your day-to-day life, both positive and negative? They do the photos, then we have interviews or in-depth interviews with them to see, what did you mean by this photo? Why did you take it? What does it mean for you? Then we turned that into a booklet that they're able to share. And also we had very exciting sessions where, like, set up a photo gallery for them in a meeting with the local leaders, the MCAs, the Ministry of Health team, county leadership, so that then they see for themselves from the community what their life truly means for them.
The greatest lesson is about, number one, accepting who we are, where we are, and also the capacity building in terms of economic empowerment to everyone. The other lesson is working as a team.
Arise has proven that sustainable change begins with listening to the community and addressing their needs holistically.
The LDF actually asked me a question: what can you do? How could they empower me? So I really had to generate ideas, and this is where I landed. They not only recovered me from depression, but only got me back on my feet and empowered me with the income-generating project.
There is that sustainability. They involve other people. For example, we have CBOs on board, and they're in the community. We have the community health promoters. They have us as a government, so it's a continuation. I don't think there will be any gap per se. And they have taught us, and they've taught everyone, even on resource mobilization and working together with other sectors. So to me, it's a new birth.
As the Arise project comes to a close, its legacy lives on through the empowered communities and strengthened institutions it has fostered.
Ndani for so long imekuwa kwa giza, at least nikaona ani watu tunaweza shikana na tunaweza toa watu wetu kwa giza tuwalete kwa light. Na nikaona ni project open. si kitu ati kuna corruption ama nini, si kitu inakuja kuinsight wananchi, inakuja kusaidia wananchi.
With the economic empowerment interventions we did, or they were done with those CBOs, some of the beneficiaries already they're empowered economically, and so they can be able to take care of themselves, and that's what makes us happy.
From Aizo, the blind barber, to Shosho Beatrice and the many unique voices in this community, this is not just a tale of change, it is a story of inspiring hope, transforming lives, and restoring dignity. This is Arise.